It's your boy Sue, and yes, we're back with another video, y'all. All right. So recently, right? Really recently, I've been getting into the whole Marvel versus DC or Marvel and DC universe. I've been watching every single thing because, you know, as a Dragon Ball fan, as an anime fan, we like to compare how strong certain animes are versus the DC and Marvelverse, right? So I've been getting into the comics, right? And let me tell you something. Listen, as a Goku fanboy, as a Goku person, like, I fuck with Dragon Ball, bro, heavily. And when I mean, the comics get crazy, and you guys been trying to tell me for years that nah, them boys aren't ready for somebody like King Thor or King Thanos. Like, listen, they've done shit in comics that I have never seen nobody in anime actually do. All right, it gets crazy, bro. Like, it gets really bad for us. So remember the years I said, yeah, Goku could be Superman? I retract my statement. Because in the comics, he's a different animal, bro. He's to the channel. Make sure to subscribe and smash the like button. I'ma try. Look at me in my eyes. I'ma try to push out more content. If you guys like this type of content, I'm gonna keep doing it. Cause, you know, as a Dragon Ball fan, as an anime fan, we like to talk shit. Let's get to it.
A beacon of hope and light with a sign of optimism for tomorrow. Quite frankly, it's a challenge to conceive the situation that drives Superman, the Man of Steel, the Big Blue.
Hey, shout out to Plot Armor Comics. I love your videos, bro. I love your videos, bro.
The Boy Scouts to inflict pain onto others. Yet the idea of an evil Superman remains a favorite topic among comic writers, past and present.
I don't know why though.
It's fueled by a wellspring of respect for what makes the character who he is.
Like, it was one comic I was reading. It was like Doomsday combined with Batman, because Batman killed. He was killing everybody on the planet. So Batman became corrupt. So, you know, the Batman Who Laughs, he teamed up with Batman / Doomsday, whatever. I don't know. It's like a Batman that's mixed with Doomsday, right? And he basically destroyed Superman easily. Because, you know, you already know Doomsday, like, when the first couple of times we seen Doomsday, right, that was like a infancy stage. When he became more developed, like, he started releasing like what is it, radiation, that was fucking up Superman anyway. So fast forward to Batman Doomsday, Bruce combined his DNA with Doomsday, and then he started wilding Superman up, wilding him up. It was crazy.
By rendering him broken, it exemplifies how wonderful things are when he's whole. Strip him of his love, and we long for the days when he pined after Lois Lane, fastening his character to her empathetic outlook on those less powerful than he. There have been a lot of Supermen throughout the DC multiverse, and more than a few have taken a wrong turn along.
Let me not get started on how, like, Superman and Wonder Woman had a kid named Jonathan Kent. Like, it was crazy, bro. It gets crazy because that's not like the only variation. That's not like the only variation of Jonathan Kent. You have, oh shit, hold on. You have like in the multiverse, there's like a lot of Jonathan Kents. It's crazy. And then you have like the most powerful one. I think he's like one of the more powerful Jonathan Kents.
However, these 10 evil versions of the Man of Steel remain the most pivotal to future developments with the character. Whether fully evil, bad by circumstance, or misguided, a Superman gone bad makes for a world on the brink. Number 10, Devastator Superman. Any fan of scary movies will tell you, most of the terror lies in the mystery surrounding our favorite horror villains. There's really nothing like the slow burn audiences feel as the main character.
I was just talking about this Doomsday right here. I was just talking about this one right here. Started wilding Superman up, and then he joined the Bat Who Laughs. He's like a Joker version of Batman, which I find super ironic because you became a thing that you was trying to stop type shit. It's crazy.
Clueless to the threat, steadily uncovers a plot that lurks around seemingly every dark corner. And one of those corners lies within the DC multiverse, specifically the world of Earth -1. Contained as part of the Dark Multiverse, this is a reality that is born of the fear surrounding the Man of Steel. To be fair though, the Superman of this world gives them plenty of reason to view him with such dismay. Recounted in Batman the Devastator, the evolution.
Yeah, Batman the Devastator. I'll call him Batman Doomsday, I don't know.
If Clark begins when at random, he slaughters loads of people all over the world. His victims include heroes and villains, with his fellow Justice League members frantically searching for an answer as to why Superman is behaving this way. The lack of a clear motive renders readers helpless, much like the civilians of Earth -1, as their hero wreaks havoc in such a cruel display of his power. However, for every evil Superman, there is a Batman to oppose him. Earth -1's Batman decides to initiate a plan of last resort after witnessing something so shocking that as a Superman fan, I'm actually ever so slightly offended.
Now, when people say that Batman with prep time could beat Superman, okay, I get it, right? But what happens if Superman does not give that man no prep time to even prepare? Even if he is prepared, like in this comic right here, Superman clearly stated that I've always known that you felt like you could beat me, which is crazy. Cause I mean, he's just a human. Like Superman can literally break every bone in his body within a second. He could kill him within a second, and he doesn't, which is crazy. I mean, Batman right here still wins off of some bullshit, but if Superman like doesn't let up, he's killing Batman easily. Like I don't care if he has prep time or without prep time. Like if anybody didn't give Batman prep time, Batman is going down, bro. Like we know that easily.
Clark kills Lois Lane. This is where Batman abandons any hope of saving his friend. Now it is only a matter of stopping him outright. To that end, Bruce Wayne infects himself with the Doomsday virus to effectively fight the Kryptonian. Further, he modifies it in order to retain his sentience during the mutation and arms himself with a spear made of kryptonite. If that isn't enough, he even has kryptonite breath to make Clark with. This artillery proves strong enough to put Superman down, but the cost remains substantial. This reality cements in your mind the dangerous capabilities of Supes while emphasizing how integral Clark's moral compass is to his character. Number 9, Zombie Superman. Back in 2005, Marvel Comics experimented with their heroes in a wicked mashup. Bringing on famed Walking Dead writer Robert Kirkman, the company released Marvel Zombies.
I mean, I thought this was... Yeah, I remember that. I seen it on the What Ifs on Disney. Like, they had all the Marvel characters. Like, what if in this particular universe, like, were zombies? Like, the Scarlet Witch was a zombie. And I'm like, bro, she's a zombie. She could kill you. She could eat you. She could rewrite reality, bro. It was crazy. Now, that makes me think, like, bro, how does like a Goku fight somebody who could do like when you look at it, I'm like, she's not really much of a fighter, to be honest. She don't really throw hands, she just throw magic, right? So I'm like, in a fight, like how would like that even happen? Like how would it even transpire?
The title should pretty much give it away as it brings readers into a twisted, misshapen world where their favorite heroes are actually
I've seen this.
Monsters. It took another decade, but DC caught up to its competitor with the immensely creative DCeased. Written by evil Superman standout Tom Taylor, of whom we'll return to later, DCeased weaves the zombie pandemic in with established DC mythology by making it the product of a warped anti-life equation. As with any zombie tale, tragedy strikes a handful of heroes.
They should make a what if. Like DC should definitely make a what if and put it on like some streaming platform, bro, because I would definitely be here for it.
On, but the moment things get real comes at the end of issue 5. Following an infected Flash escaping into the ocean, Superman plays a fatal game of chicken with the Scarlet Speedster that absolutely disintegrates Barry. However, Supes does not come out unscathed. 2 of Barry's fingers are lodged into his abdomen after the gory act, condemning Earth's greatest hero to his grimmest fate. And to his credit, Superman flies away and tries to kill himself to prevent the turning, but he is too late. He re-enters Metropolis via a terrifying superhero landing and serves as a primary antagonist for the rest of the series.
Damn, like, not even, that's how you know it's bad. Like, not even Superman can get away from that. Like, you think that he'll be immune to it. Nah.
The story takes an inspiring turn with the dawn of a new Blue Boy Scout, fittingly in the form of Clark's son, John. It is an experienced yet morally infallible son that collides with Clark at full speed, slowing him down enough for the entirety of the Green Lantern Corps to arrive and provide assistance. The fight ends prematurely when Anti-Life compels Clark to fly into and drain the sun, forcing the remaining survivors to flee to Earth 2. While not strictly evil, infected Supes does wipe out nearly all life in his home city after succumbing to Anti-Life. Any other Superman on this list would kill for that body count, and yes, that is a very dark but intentional pun. Superhero stories offer a fascinating alternatives by taking respective.
You telling me General Zod took over Superman's body when they literally could do the same exact thing because he's a Kryptonian? That doesn't make sense, bro. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why would I take over this man's body when I could literally do everything he could do? Everything. Like, all Kryptonians can do the same shit. They do Kryptonian shit. They could fly around. They drain the sun. The fuck, like.
The hero's villains, allowing said bad guy to spend some time as a hero, metaphorically walking a mile in the hero's goody two shoes. We've seen Batman and Joker amalgamations in
Wait, did I just see Harley Quinn punch a Doomsday? What? Hold on, go back. Who is this?
A mile in the hero's goody two shoes. We've seen Batman and Joker amalgamations in DC, Spider-Man and Doc Ock ones in Marvel.
Like, did Harley Quinn just, like, punch Doomsday? Something that, like, she's a regular human. Like, she don't have superpowers. What the fuck?
And Superman's most prominent rogue who receives this treatment is Lex Luthor. After all, the latter literally made these suits to make himself appear more like Superman.
He's a fan.
Supes instead gives the hero's other major rogue, General Zod, a chance at stardom. Presented at JSA, the Unholy Tree, this world's version of Superman is actually the psychotic Zod, feigning goodness. His backstory is a tad convoluted.
What? So instead of Clark going to Earth, it's General Zod? What?
Essentially, Zod is banished to the Phantom Zone back on Krypton. Meanwhile, the American government is testing out teleportation technology, and boom, we have a story. Zod is teleported to Earth, raised on a farm as Clark Kent, and trained to be an agent of the government once he begins displaying his powers. His masquerade is relatively well maintained until a mission with the Bat, whose counterpart in the main universe should be obvious, and the Clock.
The Bat
straight up murders the parasite, revealing his depravity to his companions. And from there, the rest of the story is a race against the Clock. What's up with these puns? As said Clock and the Bat try to find a Russian nuclear device before Zod does. A battle ensues involving not only these three, but all the covert agents the Bat manages to call in. Eventually, the Bat consumes a formula created by Mr. Terrific that grants him the same powers as Zod. The resulting brawl ends with Zod's defeat, but this is apparently not enough for his enemies. They proceed to shackle the Kryptonian to the nuclear device in Russia and imprison him in the upper atmosphere. I mean, that's how everyone restrains their Superman, right? Number 7.
Wow.
Super Doom. Yet another combination.
Super Doom? What the fuck is that?
Super Doom.
What the freak? That sounds like Doomsday mixed with Super. What? You know how broken that Superman would be? Oh my god.
Actually proves to be the most complex out of the handful of amalgamations. Conceived as the ultimate expression of goodness and purity, Super Doom is brought to life via Clark Kent, Lois Lane, and Jimmy Olsen's technological marvel. A machine that converts things into reality. While born of the best intentions, this Superman is contorted by the mechanisms of corporatism when it is sold to the ominously named Overcorp. The idealistic savior of the world dreamed up by Clark, Lois, and Jimmy is made into a faceless, brave killing machine in the hopes of appealing to as many people as possible. He is a somewhat clunky critique of capitalism and the depths we can sink to in the hunt for money, but finds his footing when he begins traversing realities. Action Comics depicts his meeting with the Superman of Earth 23, Calvin Ellis, while hot on the trail of Clark, Lois, and Jimmy. Lois describes the chase in horrifying detail, speaking of an indestructible destructive machine that wreaks havoc on whatever reality he tracks them to next. When the trio bursts through a portal object into his world,
nah, it's not as cool as I thought it would be. I thought it would be like Doomsday actually mixed with Superman, like the spikes and all, like just like that's like a transformation for like, you know, that Superman. So like he starts off like a regular Kryptonian, and then like when he gets mad, he transforms into like a Doomsday Kryptonian, like some shit like that.
Kelvin finds himself squaring off with Super Doom and not exactly doing that well. In a twist of fortunes, Lex Luthor is recognized as the only man on Earth who is prepared for an out-of-control, violent Superman and traps Super Doom in between worlds. Sadly,
it's a machine.
Back his fury for long. He soon make his way back to Prime Earth a few issues later and viciously beat that reality Superman. That battle literally lasts for 2 issues and only ends when Super Doom's armor enters self-destruct mode of its own accord. So basically, pure, unadulterated superhero luck. Plus, Super Doom gets his revenge on Lex Luthor by destroying his war suit. Number 6, Superman Zero. The concept of superheroes being storytelling conduits for the nuclear arms race is not a new interpretation. If a hero becomes more colorful and grand in their antics or style, so too must a villain to keep pace. Unfortunately, this idea rings true for the real world as well, though replacing superheroes with weapons of mass destruction. DC Comics approaches the story of Superman with this angle in the story of Kong Kenan, the Superman of China. Kong is not a great guy when readers are first introduced to him, but shows a more noble side when he
a Chinese Superman. Wow. That's...
rescues his victim from another bully, that of the supervillain Blue Condor. Kong is recorded when he does this, earning him widespread recognition as a heroic, street-level figure. It also captures the attention of the Chinese government, who quickly move to recruit him into the Superman of China project. As the title implies, this venture works to recreate the Kryptonian being, but as a figurehead and operative loyal to China. What isn't said is that the project had an initial test subject, but he was deemed a failure. Superman Zero, the imperfect and unstable copy of the Blue Boy Scout. A brilliant and layered counter to the innocent Kenan.
Why are they always trying to copy this man, bro? Like, in every single verse, every single multiverse, bro, you find somebody trying to like copy him, bro, like make like duplicates of the original. Like,
Superman Zero works to elevate himself from a discarded prototype to a revered model for Chinese supers everywhere. To this end, he regales himself with more decorative gear reminiscent of the country's past leaders and declares himself Emperor Superman. He attacks the Justice League of China's headquarters in an oversized display of intimidation, but it proves futile. The heroes of China, led by Kong, along with a timely interruption from the Suicide Squad, result in Emperor Supes being transformed into a monster echoing Doomsday. A grisly fate for the clone, but in a way, perfectly appropriate. Fated to imitate Superman, yet he becomes one of the hero's worst enemies. Number 5, Brutal. An equally evil and tragic figure, Brutal is another example of cloning gone wrong. When the forces of Apocalypse arrive to conquer Earth, Steppenwolf is so over the moon that he takes a moment to entertain the cameras focused on him. It's at this moment, within the panels of Earth 2 number 16, that readers are given their first taste of, well, the brutality of this evil Superman variant. Brutal blasts Steppenwolf dead, reveals his face to the cameras, and essentially takes control of the Apocalyptian forces. Oh, and he also proclaims, "Hail Darkseid," if his allegiances were not clear enough already. So begins a long, cold occupation of Earth by the invaders, with Brutal serving as a one-man policing unit, rooting out the opposing army's remaining soldiers and sympathizers. Further, it's intentionally made unclear whether or not he is actually Superman, intensified by Lois Lane's presence in the story as the heroic Red Tornado. A chilling episode occurs when Tornado, in an attempt to reason with Brutal, escorts him to the Kent farm to potentially jog his memory.
I'm not gonna lie, some of their like outfits are fire. Like, I'm not gonna cap. It's fine.
On Jonathan Kent's refusal to go along with the charade, Brutal kills him with his Omega beams. And this understandably shatters whatever hope Tornado has regarding this being her late husband. She is reinforced in her belief that Clark simply would not stoop to that level of depravity, no matter what may have happened to him. However, it's not all in vain, as this diversion messes with Brutal enough to make him abandon his role as the facilitator of Apocalypse's invasion. This leads him to the outer atmosphere, where he accosts Green Lantern, only to be accosted himself by Val-Zod. A battle of legacy ensues between the Supermen, with both interrogating the other about what it means to wear the emblem of L. The imperfect genetics that brought him to being end up being his downfall as Brutal begins crumbling to dust during his duel with Val-Zod. In a stunning conclusion, whilst insisting that he is the real Superman, Brutal is swept away by the force of Red Tornado's powers. A flawed clone, yeah, but even still, he was able to effectively subjugate an entire planet. Yikes. We definitely need a Batman on Bad Earth. Man. A popular
the fuck is the Overman?
depicting a Superman of a different nationality.
Wait, so is Overman like Russian Superman? I think I seen like a animated series. I said series, animated movie on the Red Sun. I think it was called
Superman, Red Sun.
There we go.
Imagines what the hero may have grown into had he been raised into the Soviet Union. A similar yet.
I think in this one, Diana is she's gay. I think she's gay in this one. She only like women. Like in every variation, somehow there's one Superman and one woman, one Wonder Woman where like they intermingle.
More disturbing proposition is made in the Multiversity Mastermen when Overman is introduced into the DC canon. As the story goes, Adolf Hitler is sitting on the toilet. No, I'm not making this up. When he is alerted to a potential asset crash landing into occupied Sudetenland. This asset, an infant aboard a small aircraft made of otherworldly metal, is raised to fervently believe in the Nazi ideals and becomes a national symbol of pride.
Wow.
Overman. With this powerful figure spearheading the expansion of the Nazis, it's no...
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Superman got some fire poses, bro. But what would be like the point? Did Russia just want a Superman? And I think, hold on, I think in that short, was it America tried to come up with their own Superman, and then they had to fight each other, and then that clone of Superman, of American Superman, like he was faulty, like he had like he was like defective or whatever.
One of the results of World War II, as well as the state of world affairs afterward, are categorically different from what we know as history. Nazism spreads around the globe, meeting resistance in the form of guerrilla warfare via the heroic rebel figure Uncle Sam. As the story progresses, it becomes increasingly clear that the admirable traits of Clark Kent that we all know and love exist within this variant of Supes. He wrestles with the cost of his actions, the blood he has spilled, and it's even suggested that he betrays the Nazi cause in the end by intentionally failing to see the threat of an explosion post Metropolis. The city is left devastated by the blast despite Overman's attempts to save the city by crashing into a collapsing satellite himself. This variant proves unique as the creators at least attempt to make him relatable, though granted it is a Herculean task when you're saddled with a Nazi-led character. While undoubtedly a sympathetic portrayal of an alternate Superman, his propagation of the worst ideology in human history assures him a place amongst these super deviants. Number 3. Ultraman. A truly evil doppelganger of Supes, Ultraman was a resident of Earth 3 before he was driven from the planet.
Wait, okay, so I did see like a movie on Ultraman, but his colors wasn't this. It was like he was wearing purple and it was yellow. It was purple and yellow, his outfit.
Along with his fellow Prime Syndicate members.
Yeah.
Superman acts as a spiritual cousin to Bizarro, inverting several of Superman's most well-known attributes and sources of strength in subtle but significant ways. A major source of tension throughout the events of Forever Evil is Ultraman's reliance upon kryptonite. That's right, I said reliance. While Clark Kent of most realities works overtime to avoid the green rock, Ultraman gains some level of strength by inhaling the substance. He seems to have been doing this for a long time, perhaps long before fleeing Earth 3, as his tolerance levels are exponentially high.
But see, the thing is, with Ultraman, he wasn't like American. He was like he was, but he was like more like Italian or something like that. And I think Batman I can't remember her name, but she was like a counterpart to Wonder Woman or something like that. The lady with the black hair. I don't remember her name, but they like crossed like different timelines. Their version of Batman, I think it was wombat or some type of animal. I don't remember. So their version of Batman went to our universe, right, where they met with Batman, and then the Justice League versus them. I can't remember their name. Like it's a lot.
At best, when he reaches Prime Earth, another significant deviation from the patterns of Superman is Ultraman's weakness to sunlight. Lex Luthor.
What? So he could only come out at nighttime for 12 hours. That's crazy. So like, okay, so basically he's like the reverse of Superman. So like, would the red sun give him more powers or whatnot? That's crazy.
Is able to discern this by observing Ultraman's realignment of the moon to enable a permanent solar eclipse. Yeah, that would be disastrous for the planet in so many ways, but come on, it's comic books, people. After the fall of the crime syndicate, Ultraman is resigned to immense pain as the heroes restore the moon to its rightful orbit, thereby negating the permanent solar eclipse that so enabled the villain. It is a somber finish to a character riddled with both complexities and simplicities that paint him as a terrifying alternative.
Man, he's scared of sunlight. He's like a vampire. Basically, he got the weaknesses of, like, okay, Superman's weaknesses is his strengths, and Superman's strengths is his weaknesses, which is crazy.
To the last son of Krypton. If his conquering Earth was not enough to make you think twice about Ultraman's moral compass, there are several instances with his fellow crime syndicate members throughout the story where he speaks of selfish ambitions, egotistical desires, and such blatant disregard for their well-being that his name now seems all the more appropriate. He is the Ultra, not Superman. Not to mention, he's defeated by Lex Luthor. One Superman is defeated by Lex Luthor. Of all time, Cyborg Superman first emerged in the wake of Superman's death in the 1990s. It was an uncertain time for...
Wait, this is completely off topic, right? There's one Superman, I think I said this earlier in the video, right? There's one Superman where he's the son of Wonder Woman and Superman, right? So in the comic, as a child, when he feels threatened, he could warp to a different reality, right? And Superman and Wonder Woman met their son Jonathan. I think he's called Omni-Man or not Omni-Man. The fuck, I can't remember his name, but he's like one of the most powerful Supermans there is, right? So Superman and Wonder Woman met an older version of their son, right? But Zeus and all the gods are terrified of that version of Jonathan. Okay. So that tells me, right? That tells me that as a baby, he's one shot in the entirety of the Dragonball verse, of any anime verse that's out there. Bro.
As well as all the inhabitants of DC's universe. For once in a very long time, there was no Superman. To make matters worse, it wasn't because he went away on some intergalactic pilgrimage or retired to live a happy life away with Lois. No, he's dead. Doomsday murdered him. Bye-bye, most powerful being on the planet. And with the hero out of commission, several characters decided to take the opportunity to make a name for themselves. Admittedly, you have more heroic figures like Steel and Superboy emerging from obscurity to fill the void left by the Man of Steel. Then there's Hank Henshaw, a former crew member of the space shuttle Excalibur, who suffers major cosmic radiation damage after a failed mission. Rushing to Metropolis, Hank works out a way to save his wife Terry, but he passes away immediately afterward. He's not truly dead though, as he remains in the LexCorp mainframe and gains the ability to manipulate technology. Blaming Superman for his wife's death on account of the late hero's actions causing Excalibur's destruction.
I've seen this movie.
Hank manufactures a Superman-like body and appearance and sets about destroying the Man of Steel's reputation by claiming to be the Man of Steel. He does subdue Doomsday and save the president, but counters such good deeds with acts like allowing millions in Coast City to die by allowing Mongol to destroy it. Worse still, Cyborg Superman's villainy isn't even limited to the pages of Superman or Action Comics. The character proves a significant thorn in the side of the Green Lantern Corps once he gets a hold of multiple power rings later on. Seeing a character like Cyborg Superman outgrow their origins and begin branching out to other heroes and adventures, even if they are despicable,
Oh, no.
remains a fascinating thing to watch as the years go by. Number 1.
I like how he narrates.
Superman. Finally, we return to the work of Tom Taylor. While the man is responsible for such horrors as Zombie Superman, as well as lending his talents to the story of Brutal, Taylor's crowning achievement is his fleshing out of Superman from the video game Injustice: Gods Among Us. Extending the story into a long-running eponymous comic, the event that led this Kal-El down the tyrannical path he ultimately follows proves heartbreaking, intimidating, and downright horrific at times. It all begins when the Joker rigs a nuclear bomb in Metropolis.
Oh yeah, he did that, and I think he killed Lois. Like he put like a. I seen the movie to it, which is ironic because the game there's a movie of the exact same thing. So the Joker does this, right? But then he puts like a bomb inside Lois Lane's chest, like on top of her heart. So he went to I think the Joker sprayed some gas on him to make him see different things, see stuff that wasn't actually there. So he thought Lois was somebody else. So took Lois up to space. She dies. So Superman goes around trying to find where the Joker is. And what I mean because it's the Joker, he could easily one-shot the Joker. It's not hard killing the Joker, right? He fisted him so crazy that it made Obito, whatever you want to call him. It looked like it made Kakashi, when he fisted Obito, look like nothing. It was crazy. It was ridiculous. And then, Superman starts going on like a little tangent, becoming a dictator and whatnot, intervening and shit. Fast forward, there's like a portal that opens up where a different Lois Lane from a different timeline or a different universe, and she sees this Superman. She's like, "You're not my Clark," because he would never do this. I was like, "Oh wow, that's crazy."
Is the beat of Lois Lane's heart. Once the ladder stops, the bomb goes off.
I remember this.
Collaborating with Scarecrow, Joker doses the Man of Steel with fear toxin, causing the hero to mistake his pregnant wife for the...
I told you, I seen this. That's crazy. So they made like an animated short of it. I like watching like all the issues of the comics as animated like movies.
Answers Doomsday and deliver her to space to suffocate. Superman realizes his error and in a moment etched in the memory of DC devotees everywhere, the hero murders the Joker.
Oh yeah, and then Diana tries to, feel me? She tried to work her little riz. She try to get Superman. I feel like this. Right? I feel like Superman is supposed to be with a woman that strong. I feel like he's supposed to be with her because they would understand each other way better than, a Lois Lane and then a Superman. I said Lois Lane then a Superman. A Lois Lane versus a Wonder Woman, right? I feel like that works way better. Two super strong parents merging together, making Jonathan Kent. I mean, you still get Jonathan Kent with Lois, but it's like he ain't gonna be as strong. You know what I mean? He's just gonna be like half human. He's gonna be like Gohan.
In front of Batman, a line having been crossed, Superman goes full despot in this universe, and Taylor charts the history of his reign through the Injustice Gods Among Us comics.
I remember that.
An also sobering reminder of the heart that beats within every reality's Man of Steel. His power lies in three major places: his abilities, his morality, and his humanity. With the latter destroyed, the other two lose their anchor, and the whole of Superman becomes unhinged.
He killed Diana?
Superman
He didn't do that?
themselves in the grip of death on the regular, but our world continues to be enriched by visions of an evil Superman. There were countless times while researching and writing this that I found myself grateful that regular Superman is so idealistic, so stubbornly moral, and certifiably super in his character. These ponderings of heroes losing their way remind readers of the good that comes with heroic actions and deeds. With the best of the best, having suffered a detour or two from the path of good, the chance to be a hero is only more possible for real people like us. If Superman provides us a way to envision the good, why not allow him to illustrate a world born of bad? I have been Slice Botaku. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.
Entertaining, and they're so informative, and I love everything about it. So it gives me like an eye-opener to like seeing different types of powers, different types of comics. And for years I was stubborn. I didn't want to believe that, you know, Superman could be Goku or Superman or any Marvel or DC hero, because to me they didn't look that strong. But then when you read the comics, it's like, damn, bro, this is why y'all tell me to read the comics. It's ridiculous. And I would love to keep reacting to these type of videos for you guys. It's me, your boy Sue, and I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
I hawk it, I stalk it, from the flats, not New Orleans. Got the pack from New Orleans. We snoring, we scoring. I'm high, I'm soaring. My clothes, they foreign. My girl, she gorgeous. The cloud, enormous. The winds, we hoarding them. The gas, I'm flooring it. My foot on the pedal, I'm going for extra. Rappers, the niggas, they not in my sector. Sharp as the nigga, I feel like a vector. Time to go past, I get paid by the second. $1 million or less, I cannot accept it.